At the end of the day, we are a lot of things. We are goofy, we are spontaneous, we are courageous. At the end of the day, when the lights go off and the camera stops rolling, we are ordinary people with extraordinary talents and dreams. We are creative, we are ambitious, we are inviting, we are unique. At the end of the day, when the director says cut and the set is closed, we are still here. We are real. Not just entertainers, but people with a lot to say. We are on a mission to put real back into reality television. We are passionate. We are perfectly imperfect. We are The Park.
One thing that me and P was talking about last night was, I mean, there's a difference in knowing who runs the household and being, you feel comfortable enough to say whatever you need to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely changed. I mean, growing up, like, you just knew better. You know what I'm saying? You just knew better.
Right. You didn't
like, you wasn't grown until you was grown. You know what I'm saying? That didn't even necessarily mean moving out your parents' house. Like, grown. Like, I moved out and there's no chance of me moving back. You're like, grown. You know what I'm saying? Because you just didn't do it. And now these kids say anything they want to say out their mouth. Like you said, like last night, she told her own mother, get out her house. What? Right. You don't have...
I would have gotten beat up.
Not even just that. When in my house growing up, I didn't even have a room. Like, I had a room. Don't get it twisted. I had a room. But that ain't your room. You don't have a room.
Which room did you buy?
Right. You don't have a room. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely changed over time. A lot with the family dynamic, though. I mean, back in the day, you had a lot of... I think we were built upon a generation that was taught to kind of like your family was everything. Right. Like, even to this day, I could meet a brand new cousin I ain't met my whole life, but as soon as it's confirmed, like, you're my cousin, I automatically inside feel something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't even matter that I haven't known you my whole life. Somebody has confirmed that we are blood. We share some kindred blood, and that's good enough for me. Right. Now, we could have been raised together in the same house since the day we was born at grandma's house, and I will f you up.
Right. And, or not even that, but your man. You know what I'm saying?
Have the same baby father.
I was about to say, have a baby by
two cousins with the same baby father live in the same house, like crazy.
But like nowadays, also what I see a lot is like on Instagram, World Star, all of this, like people see it as cute for little kids to be using the profanity, doing this and that, Where the respect part, when we came up, it was more so, that was our base. Regardless of how good or how bad of a parent that you have, the base of everything came from respect. Treat others how you want to be treated.
And there was respect for your elders, respect for your family. Like even your cousins that were too old, they became auntie or uncle so-and-so.
Right.
They wasn't just a cousin.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Cousin so-and-so.
Well, no, in mine it was auntie. Like I have aunts that are straight up my cousin.
Right. Your
parents'
cousin.
my cousin. Right. They're my parents' cousins, but they're just as old as my mother or older.
So how about if your mom is mixing with somebody or your pop's mixing with somebody, they got to be Mrs. Shannon or Mr. Dwayne or something like that.
So think about the way I was raised.
I was always like that.
I was raised in a household. Excuse me, bro. I was raised in a household.
Old school goes back, y'all.
Anyhow, I was raised in a household. Me and Jenny share something. We're both coming from a Jamaican background. My mom was on this thing like, okay, the way she raised, like we have morals, we have values, a church background.
Right.
So I was, in a sense, I was sheltered. Like I was not familiar with like going out and drinking. My family did not drink. My family did not do things
they
like
was Jamaican and did not drink.
Isn't that crazy? But did you not hear me out?
I'm not crazy. Wait, bro. Before you go, Jamaica trying to tell me her parents didn't smoke. Lies you tell.
Stop it.
No, not every Jamaican smokes.
They're just more private about it.
Exactly.
Right, you do it.
More private about it.
And then I mean, I know my mom has brought me up in a household where
you do it.
I'm not saying I do not do
because
it.
Your video is private, don't make it a video.
But real talk though, like my mom and my dad wasn't very religious. My mom was like church Monday, church Wednesday, church Friday, and church Sunday.
Right.
Wednesday was children's choir rehearsal. Friday
was
what?
Choir rehearsal.
I slept and breathed in the church.
Yeah.
So when I got to college, I was like, yes! Ripped it all off. I was out.
Right.
But the thing about it is that my family brought me with morals, values, things I can take with me in life.
Right.
And speaking from the past until now, like before, it's like you had your brother, you had your sister, you had your father, we go on family vacations, go on family road trips, and now it's like you see that this new generation is. My family is my best friend from college. My family is my good friend Paul. He's been there when I couldn't talk to my family that is non-existent or is existent, and we don't have a relationship. So now I'm building my own community.
But that is what it is.
Right.
That actually is what it is. Like family.
Oh, pardon me, real quick. I'm sorry. I hope that got on film. No, it's right here. We good.
That was like a magic.
Go ahead.
I love my nanny. My nanny is really like that matron of the family. Like she's literally is the glue to my mom's side of the family. And without her right now, like even though she's not gone completely yet, I'm feeling it like crazy. Like my nanny is like a second mom to me. Like she's always been there. There was a time period where I was even staying with her because I couldn't even deal with the things that I was dealing with at home for a second. And the only reason I even came back was because of my brothers. Like, my nanny really is that lifeline for me. Like, without her, I would have made some really bad decisions. Like, she really stepped in when my mom had to work and was going to school and trying to raise us. That's who we went to. Her and my papa, like, they really made sure that we were straight at all times. Like, they were there regardless. Like, I love my grandmother. And I really, really hate that I can't even call her on the phone or anything and just say, hey, how you doing, or nothing. Because I feel like she needs to hear from me. But that's a whole other thing. Like, I don't want to talk about my nanny.
We're live at the park. Like them on Facebook at The Park TV online.
With all we've overcome in our community, we come from such a place of judgment.
Right.
We come from such a place of a box. Like we believe we belong in a box. We are black. We are to act black. We are to speak black. We are to operate black, whatever that means.
Right.
At the end of the
Our
day,
family got to keep it black.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Whatever it is that goes outside of that box is a problem.
Right.
If it don't fit, it ain't gonna work, and we gotta get rid of it. Yeah. And unfortunately, we get rid of our own people. Instead of lifting them up, embracing them, and supporting them. Right. Even outside of family, black people we don't support each other. We don't at all. We would rather talk about what you did wrong than even mention one thing that was great. Right. About whatever it is.
But the thing about it is, like, you have certain families that think, like, their supportive ways is to say, you did this bad, you shouldn't be doing that. I'm supporting you because I'm telling you what you did wrong to help you prevent something happening.
Or they believe supporting is my way or no way.
Right.
True.
And they distract or misconstrue that as supportive. Like, I know best.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already gone through this. You don't need to be
right.
going through any of this.
But you're not me.
Exactly. And this is different.
I don't necessarily believe in family.
I don't either. Not anymore. I don't even show that family don't take family serious. I done been through this recently. My own family member who I thought I was close to, I'm thinking, oh, we blood. I mean, she got my back, I got her back. Loyalty for me is like a big thing in general.
And that was family. You said it was like loyalty, like it was the mob, like family, like this is it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna fuck my cousin up, but if anybody touches my cousin in high
I'll
school,
talk all day about mine, but I dare you to come
We could
out.
have had an argument yesterday. I still got your back tomorrow.
No, we could have had an argument 5 minutes ago.
Straight up, and you do something, then we all.
It's just like one of those things, those bonds you have that you build. And granted, there are some things that are certain family members are unforgivable. Things that have happened to us, whether it be physical, mental, you still have that thing in your head. But my brother and I, we fought like crazy. We fought, like physically fought. My mom almost called the cops on us. And I would fight that boy maybe that night. We fight again the next morning. I get to school and I see someone talking.
It's a problem.
I black out.
I black out. It doesn't even matter.
And that bond cannot. I find that bond is so rare these days.
Yeah, I mean, people don't even know like what friendship is, and I think like even when then it's because they don't know what family is anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like family does not exist anymore when you are mother and daughter and you are fist fighting. Not saying that it doesn't happen or it can't be something that's that can't occur. You know, whatever. But at the same time, when y'all are y'all are punching and fighting like you in the street.
Have y'all seen some of them World Star videos with the months?
I don't have to see
no,
World Star.
exactly.
It's happening in my own house.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, straight up. Like, that's crazy. Like, why are you, like, what? Like, that's the fruit of your womb.
She came out of it.
And because y'all disagree, like, you wailing and fighting and punching. Right. No, not in they punching them in the face.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Straight up.
Like,
that's a bit much. Like, that's a bit much. For me, anyway, especially coming up in the family I came from, like that's not how we were raised. And then it's like when you become an adult and you actually say those same things that were taught to you as a child is used against you. Right. Like I've been told many of things that I can't even really fathom, even though I've already dealt with them. Right. It's like to believe that it was already said to me or done to me is unbelievable, even though I was there when it happened.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's just like, this was the family I was raised under. These same morals and values that I hold dear to my heart, you now, 20 years later, are destroying. You've made it all become make-believe.
As what though? Like, if you get hit back or what?
No, like...
You got something that you want to leave unsaid. Yeah, exactly. You want to leave that unsaid. Spill it, girl, spill it.
Coming up on The Park.
Window at 2 o'clock in the morning and getting right back up at 5.
My grandmother, she was from a Jamaican descent. I just remember her cooking and making things like carrot juice, and she used to tell me like, oh, my carrot juice is, I can't even pretend to even have a Jamaican accent, but she had some of those remedies that you just wondered like, where did she get that from? And she had that cooking skill that I couldn't compare to anyone, you know? And she had like I said, the carrot juice was good. Carrots are good for your eyes. So she made sure to stress that all the time. It's good for your eyes, star. And say stuff like that. So I mean, it'd be just really funny how she come up and make carrots seem so exciting to be a part of your life in a sense. For lack of better phrases.
I mean, the reason why I basically say I don't believe in family anymore is because, like I said, I did come from a family full of what I thought was values and morals and love, for one. I don't think anybody can hurt you the way that family can.
Like, that's the other thing. You can't, like, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I've learned that, like, the people that we hurt the most are the ones that we feel closest or love.
Because they're the only ones that can hurt you, though. Like, somebody you don't care about,
it's not gonna,
you be like, oh, she was so good shit.
Right.
Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? The people that you actually care about or you thought cared about you are the only ones that can affect you. And I mean, throughout my whole life, I struggled with my whole relationship with my dad. Like, trying to make that happen. I'm 8 years old making phone calls to him as an adult. Like, can we build this relationship? And that was, you know, part one. And it's just like, why am I fighting for some, like, as a child? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I fighting for this? You should be fighting for this. And there was no fight. And that was what kind of started it and snowballed it for me with family. And, you know, I've talked about it before. I've been touched and molested and raped and all that good stuff. Well, not good stuff. But you know what I'm saying? And that hurts me less than the actual, for lack of better words, repercussions of it.
Everything that came with it.
Everything that came with it. Like, I struggled a lot in my adolescence just with finding myself and who I was. I remember being 3 years old and being told, when you want to be a woman, just let me know. I'll take you down and get your surgery. And I'm like 3 to 5. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm in a house full of women. And not saying that every guy that comes out of a house full of women acts a certain way or feminine or whatever, but I'm watching the salon go down every Saturday in my house. I might be prone to gossip a little bit. I might be prone to hold my hand the wrong way. And it is your job to correct it, but not in that manner. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, when you have flashbacks of when you were a kid and you're like, now I get it because I'm an adult and I can actually comprehend what happened. And that, I feel like personally I've been tormented by my family since the day I was born. From no, those are my words. Those are my, I feel like I've literally been tormented about who I am and who I was going to be before I even knew what any definition of words were. I've been called a faggot literally since I was 4 years old. So what else was I supposed to become? You know what I'm saying, in a way. Like, and that's my family.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's my family. And then to know, like, you have family who are supposed to be Christians who believe in speaking things into existence, but you're mad at me now. And I'm the black sheep. I'm the one kicked out of the house because I'm gay. I'm the one homeless, sneaking into my best friend's window at 2 o'clock in the morning and getting right back up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get out before his grandmother finds me there because I'm gay. I'm the one who's changed and I'm not me anymore because I'm gay. I'm the one who's, I'm sick all of a sudden because I'm gay and I don't belong. I'm not a part of this family. I'm no longer your son because I'm gay. But it makes no sense. How is this the same family that tells me you love me and you care for me and we're family, we're blood? How do you go 10 years without talking to your family member? Like, and that, I play a part in that too. You know what I'm saying? But my family back home, I went home to Connecticut this year and I straight up was staying in my aunt's house and felt like I was living in a house full of strangers. And I didn't feel any less love there. I didn't. My aunt, I would walk all the way to Connecticut for her. That's my aunt. You know what I'm saying? I never felt any love lost there. I never felt any type of way there as far as our household. But the fact that I haven't been home in 10 years, I don't know y'all. And y'all don't know me. And that's how it felt. And that's not normal for the black family. It's just not. And now that that is normalcy, that we find each other on Facebook and think that that keeps us up, that's a problem.
I don't have to be, I would say she's my mom in a sense. My grandma has raised me. When me and my mom had our differences and we fall out and whatever, my grandma has always been my backbone. Like, that's my baby, that's my heart. Like, I go to war with my grandma, like, anything. Even if I fall out with her, like, I'll be mad at her for that quick second. And even if she did something wrong to me, I can't, like, just didn't hold that grudge towards her because she's always, no matter what, she's always been there for me. In any situation, she's always been. Even everybody else turning their back on me, she's always been there. My mom, when we had differences when I was in school, got kicked out the house. My grandma was like, no, she put her foot down. I'm going to take care of you. Even to this day, I live with my grandma now. That's because that's who I rock with. Like, that's who makes sure I'm good. Like, that's what they need.
Live at the park! Yes! Bring that!
My grandmother was like awesome, and I don't think a lot of people who knew her realized that. She was definitely there for me when others were not, and no matter what, I mean, she will cuss you out though. Like, I definitely get that from her, honest. She will cuss you all the way out and don't care a half a millisecond. Like, no, she just doesn't care about it. She will cuss you out and keep it moving. And I do get that from her, honest. But at the same time, if you were her family, you were her family, and she loved you and she took care of you. And I just remember mostly, like, back in the day, just Sundays, you know, that I have that mentality. Like, I like to get up on a Sunday. I hate to work on a Sunday. I like to get up on a Sunday and clean up the house and cook a big meal, because that's what I remember Sundays being about. That's what I remember. Everybody, you went to church and then you went to grandma's house.
So when we come to family reunions and stuff, we thinking, damn, I don't have it all together and everyone else does, when it's not the case. Because something like homosexuality, molestation, and stuff like that has been skeletons in the black family's closet for years. The Catholics and all of that is coming to light and stuff, and everything's coming out, but everybody has been nasty, son. Like, that shit is nasty, but it occurs and has been occurring. It's not like it's just started occurring 05 to now. It's like it's been there and it doesn't get spoken about. So like for instance, my uncle, he's gay. When we was growing up, me, my mother, and my sisters, and my father, we all moved into my grandmother's basement. He's gay because, I'm not gonna say because, but he was molested by the church choir director whenever he was younger. You know, and that was the solution to that. He has his own room where in the family, this stays in the family, the immediate family, everyone else that sees the flamboyance or whatever like that, that's fine, but this stays in the family.
And that was another thing, and not to cut you off, but back in the day, there wasn't such thing called family business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye said it best in the song. Like, there wasn't such thing as family business. Now, people will go on Facebook and put a whole post about their cousin and all their business. And your baby daddy, and you ain't got no rent money, and there's no respect for family business anymore at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the things that I've been through, they've been in my family. You know what I'm saying? That's family business, but I think there is we hold family business almost to a fault, because when everything is so family business, this stay in our house, this stay in our house, it's a control mechanism.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, this stay in our house because, first of all, if it get out, they gonna talk about it. Second of all, if it get out, then we seem weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't like to seem weak.
Right.
We don't do it.
We live in hard set, right?
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a pride thing. So but when we go through something individually, we have to sacrifice our own feelings for the family.
Right.
So that's where it's to a fault. If I'm molested, I should be able to tell somebody about that, and should be able to get that fixed. But because y'all been calling me a faggot since I was 3, then I'm molested on top of it, and then I actually end up deciding, well, that's a whole nother episode. But then I end up with men. Right. I'm definitely not talking about it now. Not when every man that's pissed you off is described as a faggot.
Right. And that's what you associate the word faggot with.
Right.
Somebody that makes me mad, or somebody that gets me upset. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like I said, my uncle, he's gay, so I don't know if my mother does it jokingly or if she just does it as a habit from an up north female, but anytime I piss off or anytime we ride in the car, she sees somebody cut her off in traffic, oh, faggot, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there as a straight man, but I'm still saying, like, damn, Mom, like, words mean something like, faggot, you know what I'm saying? She'll tell me that. Now,
stop. Babies, boy or girl, they need both parents. Right. Even if it is one at a time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or not even necessarily both parents, because some parents are the devil. Yeah. But some parents are the devil, straight like that. But you know, like you need, like, okay, for instance, my niece does not have the best father. He's the devil, and I serve as that positive male role model in the house, so it still works for my niece. Everybody needs that dynamic because the first time I shaved was in the bathroom of Domino's, and I was hired there as an employee, and you couldn't have facial hair on your face. And when I got to work, instead of sending you home, they sent you to the bathroom. I never shaved before. I didn't know what I was doing. I almost shit myself, like straight up. Like you would think something as simple as shaving would just be like, oh, okay, shave. But then when you actually sitting there with the razor, it's like, wait a minute.
It's so
what about time to tie? What about time to tie? I didn't learn how to tie a tie until my senior year of college. And my best friend taught me how to tie. Well, not best friend, but an associate at the time taught me how to tie my tie in London. Yes, in London. At least it wasn't London. But it was my senior year of college when I learned to tie a tie. I did up until that point. My mother was either tying it for me or whatever the case may be. I did not know how to tie my own tie until then, and even now I only know one way to tie.
Do y'all feel like females need their father in their life too, like coming up?
It depends.
I do. I think it's
more than necessary.
I think that you should, because at the same time, yeah, I was raised by my mother. I lived with my mom. They split when I was little. But at the same time, my dad was never, he was there, but he wasn't there like as a dad. My dad, I hate to say it, he's 46 years old, but he's still a child in a sense.
My dad is older than yours.
But I feel like it's different. It's in a different sense because my dad is like a brother to me. I feel like when I was getting molested, I blamed him because he wasn't there. Like my mom was my daddy.
You'd expect him to kill.
Exactly, but it wasn't that way. It was like a brother, like a little kid. So I had my dad there, but he wasn't there.
Right. And the thing I was laughing, like, and it was, you know how I am anyways, but the reason that caused a chuckle with me is because, you know what I mean, it's so easy, like I always say and always reiterate, like, with a young female, to me, especially a young black female, I strongly believe, like, that's their first love. So the image or whatever actions that father takes, like you said, they're all like that. You know what I'm saying? And you just saying it off the top. It's not, you're not considering, you know what I mean, whatever, but they're all like that. Shit. That's what I know. Like, when I see a black man, the first thought I'm going to think about is my father. Because that was the cool I know.
This season on The Park.
Movement.
Like, but not even, like, it is more like a trend.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
trending
people
topic.
that literally are waking up and be like, oh yeah, today's a good day to be gay. And then on Monday they're like, oh no, I'm straight. Like, I don't know how that really
Well, it's a choice or not a choice?
It's not a choice. It's not even a feeling.
Absolutely not.
Like, it's not a choice because first
we're scared to talk about it. Right. You say gay, like faggot, gay, those words are used to curse your straight friend out.
Get them some condoms, but I do believe in the cliche. Like my daughter, no, you're not coming to me talking about I'm ready to have sex. We need to go to the clinic. No, you're not. No, we going to get you a chastity belt and all of that. Like,
and then when she gets out, she a freak in the streets in college. I'm gonna go crazy. She's not going to crazy.
She's not going to college.
First of all, she's homeschooled, and now she's not going to college.
She's not going to college. At 18, she's going to heaven.
Boy, bye.
Alright.
Bye.
On that note.
They'll be calling me out. Hey, Will Williams from the park. Hashtag Will Williams from the park.
Talk about family. Where's my breakfast, brother? Where's my breakfast, brother?
Alright, let's
eat some pancakes. Let's break some bread.
Family.
Y'all hungry?